There are some situations as individuals or as human beings you do not even want to talk about. And this is one of such situations. But I'm being joined to discuss this matter by Irene Awunah-Ikyeghe, President, League of Women Voters of Nigeria. Nilov, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Irene, this is not something to smile about.
Yeah.
But it looks as if it's something that continues to happen. Yet we have the Child Rights Act in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But it looks as if it's not being looked at all.
Well, I would first and foremost say that gender-based violence has been a thing of worry, and we have had various episodes that are hurting like this, especially in the FCT. And as a child rights and gender, I don't call myself an activist. I said I am a specialist because I also am a trained psychosocial support giver, and I'm a certified GBV first responder. So we have all the referral pathway chains to refer such cases and follow up. And then we have partners we work with, the Federation of the Female Lawyers of Nigeria, FIDA, and then Center for Transparency Advocacy. We got a conviction here in FCT, early last year, but it took us 2 years to get that conviction. Now, Lagos is way ahead of FCT, but I think that the federal government and the FCT should look into what is happening in the FCT, especially in the suburb. This issue of raping minors, we have the VAP law, which has very stringent, stringent punishment for perpetrators. But then what happens is we have so many cases. Some still are waiting trials. Some investigations are stalled by either the same case we are hearing here of that woman being intimidated and being coerced to pull out the case. We had the case, to mention but a few, of Karen, who was raped and eventually died at Premier Academy. That case also went to that same state command. We even had an autopsy. We followed that matter until the case we could not really lay our hands on what the justice system did for at least for the mother of that girl to get closure. Now this is one too many, right? We expect that first and foremost, law enforcement agencies, they have been trained, because we've been pushing for the proper implementation of the VAP law. Now we are talking about systems now. The systems in Nigeria usually fail us citizens when they are unable to prosecute and convict people who perpetrate such heinous acts.
So I know you're not a police person, but the mode of investigation of these kind of cases, should it be the same with the regular kind of cases? I mean, if someone armed robbery cases
not
and all of
at all,
and that is why,
not at all, and that is why the gender units of the police force, they have been trained specifically on this matter to know how to handle such cases, how to also investigate such cases. We have also not just stopped at that, we pushed further to ensure that we have a proper implementation of the VAP law, have a committee, the committee, and they have SAC centers. Unfortunately, we don't have SAC centers in FCT. The SAC center, which is a sexual referral center, a one-stop shop that such a survivor could walk in, get legal services, get health care, like you just asked, is that child being treated? What is the health status of that child? Then get psychosocial support, and of course, at the end of the day, get conviction that will give closure to the family. And then post conviction, the child or the survivor should be able to get some support
Irene,
to be able to move on with his or her life.
Irene, I would have to interrupt you here because we would have to come back on this matter so that we can look at it in depth. What's
Yeah.
being done, what can be done,
Yes.
what should be done. So please,
Absolutely.
I'd like to crave your indulgence. We'll have to hang it here for now.
Mm.
We will come back to this matter again.
Thank
please.
you.
We've been speaking with Irene Awunah-Ikyeghe, President, League of Women Voters of Nigeria, NILAV. Thank you for coming this evening.
Thank you.